hugs and kisses on my toodles. Hey guys. This video is, I am going to talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books. Some of these I have read. Some of them I have not read, but they are mystery novels, spooky mystery novels, and they are some of them in here that I have not really read, but I've heard really good things about. Cannot wait to read. I want to put them on my TBR shelf when I get most of them over here done. Because I definitely want to get these books read. And I have read some of them. Now the first book is A Deadly Game of Magic. Short book. Whoa. Floppy book. Not that floppy. I bought this book in 2023. I read this book. It's amazing. This book was a good book. I don't remember how many stars I gave it. It is on my Goodreads. But it says, and it's seeking shelter from a fleece Texas storm. Lisa and 3 friends become trapped inside a house that seems abandoned. But is it? As the thunderstorm ventures, the phone goes dead, and lifelike planner head steadily appears, and a disembodied hand taps a mantle. The friends are now unwitting players in an increasingly sinister game of an evil magician. The key to their survival lies in the mystery room at the end of the hall, but they must act quickly to avoid the magician's grand finale. Murder! So, good book to read if you're into stuff like that. It was a good book. I was shocked. The ending shocked me. The whole book shocked me. It didn't take me long to read it. Another one is by Alan Atkins, The Life We Bury. This was a pretty good book as well. College student Joe Talbert is on deadline to complete a writing assignment for an English class. His task is to interview a stranger and write a brief autobiography. So Joe heads to the nearby nursing home to find a willing subject. There he met Carl Ivins, a daily victim veteran, and the conversation convinced murder with only a few months to live. Carl has been metamorphically poisoned and spending 30 years in prison for a crime, rape, and murder. As Joe wrote about Carl's life, especially Carl Vendors and victim, he cannot resent the humorous and the soldiers and the disabled act of the correct. With the help of Lula, his spectacular neighbor, Joe throws himself uncovering the truth, but he is hamstrung in his effort by having to deal with his dangerously delightful mother. The gutted few the atomic brother victims and haunting childhood memories. The guilt of leaving his autistic brother. I already read that. Threads By thread, Joe unveils the tipsies of Carl's conversation, but he and Luna digging, disappearing in the of crimes. The shape grows higher. Will discover the truth before it's too late to escape the fallout. And that was a pretty good book. There's another book. I don't want to make this too long, so I'm trying to read it as best I can. The other one I read was by Christine Egbert, and that is The Butterfly House. It was good. I read it, and it was good. In a commissary care unit at one of the Collagen Legend Medical Centers, a nurse feels the sudden overdose to heart medication and enters the room of a patient. 5 days earlier, the paper boy on his route scrambled into the miserable finding a naked body of a dead woman from her worn markings with small incisions, cause of death. Expiration is the darling of all the blood in her body. Clearly, this is not ordinary murder, leads to investigation. James Keeper, recovering from a painful divorce, takes on the case. His partner, Antoinette Reiner, now on immediate maternity leave, is restless at home with demanding newborn and her husband. While Jabe looks for answers, Annette decides to do a little freelancing, sleuthing, but open on her door exposed her to danger. She can't even begin to format. As the investigation ventures into the dark corners, it uncovers an ability and greed that faster breath and surface and craving intuitions, and all more shocking for their relatives and Grapers Anthony discovers will turn her blood cold as ice. Another good book. The next one I have not read, but I want to read. It's called Dark Creek by Harley. I can't read the name. Who's lying about what happened to the Dark Creek? In a small town, everyone is concerned. Is it concerned? Oh, not concerned, connected. 12-year-old Ronnie disappears to find her best friend Esther, who disappeared in a small town in rural Australia. Their school friend Lewis tells Ronnie he saw Esther down by the creek the afternoon she went missing, but Lewis is refusing to speak to the police. And he isn't only one hiding something important. As Detective Sergeant Sarah Michaels begins her investigation during the hottest spring in the sides, she attempts to uncover the connections that will harmony together, and she starts to expose the town's secret because someone knows what happened to Esther. I really just really want to buy this book right now and start digging into it. But the next one is by Lauren Oliver, and it's The Vanishing Girl. Donna and Nick used to be inseparable, but that was before the accident that left Dina beautiful face scarred and the two sisters' royal engagement. When Darna vanished on her birthday, Nick thinks Darna is just playing around, but another girl, 9-year-old Madeline Snow, has vanished too, and Nick becomes immediately concerned that the two disappearances are linked. Now Nick has to find her sister before it's too late. In this anthology comedic novel, best-selling author. My eyes are heavy. I'm tired. The other one I read by Agent McKinley was The Chain. This book, I could tell you a little bit about this book, but I don't want to give any secrets out. You have a child, and the child was kidnapped, and for you to get your child back, you have to kidnap somebody else's child. It's where do I read? Oh. You just dropped off your child at the bus stop. A pandemic stranger calls your phone. Your child has been kidnapped. The stranger then explains that their child has also been kidnapped by a completely different stranger. The only way to get your child back is to kidnap another child. You are now part of the chain. Another one I have not read, which sounded good, was The Graveyard, and I believe this is for books ages 10 and up, but I believe this is a book. No one knows how Bod is a normal boy. He would be completely normal if he didn't live in a graveyard, being raised by ghosts with a guardian who helps to either the world of living nor dead. There are adventures at the graveyard for the boy and adventures made at graveyard for abandoned, the city gold, and strange brother bonds. He will be in danger from the man Jack, who has already killed Body's family. So I thought it was interesting. It's a kid's book, and I saw it, and I thought it was interesting. The next one I read and liked was The Woman in the Window by A.J. Fannin. Sorry. I'm trying to get this done. Anne Fox lives alone in a recluse in New York City home. Unable to venture outside, she spends her days drinking wine, watching old movies, recalling happier times, and spying on her neighbor. Then Russell moves into a house across the way. A father, a mother, and their teenage son. A perfect family. But when Anne blazes out her window one night, she sees something she shouldn't. Her world begins to crumble, and its shocking secrets are laid bare. What is real? What is imagined? And who is in danger? Who is in control? In a desperate, grasping thriller, no one and nothing is what it seems. Then I read the book, Then She Was Gone. Another good book. Ellen Mart was a perfect daughter. She was 15 and younger of the three and was days away from a Lilac Post exam summer vacation with her whole family ahead of her. And then she was gone. Now her mother, Lorna Meeks, is trying to put her life back together. It's been 10 years since her daughter disappeared, 7 years since our marriage ended, and only months since her last clue that Ellie case wasn't unearthed. So when she meets the exactly claimed man in a cafe, no one is surprised than Lorna at how quickly their formation dissolves as something deeper. Before she knows it, she's meeting Floyd's daughter and his youngest, Poppy, takes Lorna's breath away because looking at Poppy is like looking at Ellie. And now she understands questions she's tried so hard to put to the rest. Being hunted, Lorna knew. Where did Ella go? Did she run away from home? Has the police had long investigation? Who is Floyd really, and why does his daughter remind Lorna exactly of herself? The last book I've read, and it was a pretty good book. When I first had it, I had it in paperback. Now I have it in a hardback book by P.D. James, that is A Private Patient. I've read this book, and it is so good. Kawabunna is a lonely old house in a deep desert, and now a practice clinic, being to famous plastic surgeon George Callender, POW. When education journalism Rhonda arrives there one late autumn afternoon, scheduling to have a frigid and long scandal facial scar removed, she had every intention of inaccessible options and a pleasant reckoning. 2 days later, she was dead, the victim of a murder. So, another good book for that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Check out some of these books. If you have read some of these books, that's good. If you haven't, go read some of the books. Give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time. Bye, guys.